Yo, welcome.
What's going on?
Welcome to Coplaymedia.
Right here on Rip Radio Network.
Yep, we got your boy here, D.
Hurricane Kazama.
And Zamboni, of course.
Yes. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to start us off with some great news, man.
Great news?
Breaking
news?
So we partner up with the Capital Underground Gaming League, and it's based out in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. And their primary focus is to provide players of any skill level with a venue where they can compete for cash prizes, top honors, and free merchandise. Their website, capitalunderground.biz, serves as a hub for our members to catch up on the latest industry news, game reviews, gameplay footage, and upcoming Capital Underground tournaments. Next month, they're going to be hosting the first annual live stream CUGL Madden tournament, and it's going to be awesome, guys. The top player will receive cash prize and the right to call themselves the best Madden player in the underground.
You read that like you were trying to seduce somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to seduce somebody. It's like, you want this Madden tournament, don't you?
But really, how exciting is this, though? You know what I mean?
I'm very excited about it.
Okay, so you got Madden, one of the top tournament games out there, right? Everyone's excited about it. Everybody plays it. Shout out to Capital Underground, man. Mm-hmm. Like, what would the gaming world be without tournaments? Like, why would you do it? It would be boring. The competition has to be there. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Competition is very important. Meeting other players. Yeah.
Right. I mean, overall, just whooping their ass, right?
Whooping their ass, socializing, talking about how you whip their ass, and then having it filmed and broadcasted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So everyone can witness.
Yeah. Like he wasn't just saying it. Like, dang, he really beat the heck out of that guy.
I mean,
like, man.
We are in the screenshot or it didn't happen generation.
Yeah. I've done that before. Like, unless I see the screenshot, I don't believe it,
Yeah, but look out for that because we're going to be covering that tournament. We're going to be there interviewing people, making sure that everyone's having a good time, pretty much with like the hype men, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and everyone's going to be getting something there, It doesn't matter if you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're going there to support it.
If you just want to go there just to meet other gamers within the area, if you're interested in tournaments, even if it's just not Madden, like we're going to have other games there as well. So it's really big news.
Free stuff. There's going to be free stuff.
There you go. Everyone likes free stuff, don't they?
Yeah, there's going to be free stuff. It could be more than what you think it is. Yeah.
So we got an action-packed show today, right?
There's a lot.
Okay, so let's list what we're talking about. First off, we're going to, every time we do the show, and we want to apologize to the audience for it, we always run out of time for what? Finishing the Go Play, No Play, right?
Always.
So we're going to switch things around this episode, and we're going to start with Go Play, No Play, right?
Yeah,
then we're going to have the discussion on Luke Cage.
A discussion that will lead into a debate.
A debate
Luke
on
Cage versus Jessica Jones. Which one was better?
Yep, which is Jessica Jones.
And we also have another segment. We're going to watch a video on, because we went to DragonCon, and we just came out with the video, right, Dean?
Yeah, we just came out with the DragonCon video footage, and we're going to give like a quick snippet and talk about it.
And talk about our convention experience this year.
Yeah, our convention experiences have been pretty richer than I thought they would be, and I'm very happy.
Of course, there's things that we did. We did a lot of things, but there's also some things we may want to, do next year. Some activities we want to be involved with next year.
Yeah.
Because, when you get to the hustle and bustle of conventions, and if you don't have it exactly planned out, you can miss out on a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
It turns out you miss out on the thing that you want to be there for.
And, of course, our last segment of the day is going to be a special segment, right, Trina?
Yeah, Extra Life plug.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do
shameless plug since I'm participating.
Hey, there's nothing
shameless about it. Yeah.
It's nonprofit.
Check out the shirt.
Yep.
Exactly. So you guys ready to get on into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, our Go Play, No Play is going to be
Paper Mario.
Color Splash. Let's take a look.
Stormy night. Mario receives a mysterious letter. That's no letter. It's a color-drained code. Who would do such a thing? Mario and company trace the letter back to Prism Island, only to find the island's been invaded by dastardly paint thieves. That's your cue, Mario. Paper Mario, Color Splash. This time around, Mario's adventure takes place on Prism Island. The island's been robbed of its color, throwing the land into chaos and all kinds of craziness into Mario's path. Be careful, Mario! Whoa, that doesn't look good. By using the power of paint, Mario can restore functionality to certain colorless objects that won't work without their color. Even Toad will spring back to life. Solve the puzzles hidden around the island to find the way forward. Sometimes you may even need to cut out a part of the world to find a hidden path. Watch out, there are traps hiding everywhere. These are just a few of the crazy things that await you. If Mario bumps into an enemy, get ready for battle. Browse the cards in your deck and pick one. Paint it to power it up. And flick it. Give that guy something to be shy about. Press the button at just the right time to power up your attack. Use hammer cards on spikes. Jump cards on flying enemies. And fire flowers on enemies weak to fire. Consider your enemy carefully when choosing your cards. And then there are thing cards. Thing cards are super powerful attacks that do damage to all enemies on the screen. There are lots of thing cards to be found. And they can really give you the upper hand in battle. Help Mario find the stolen colors and save Prism Island. Paper Mario Color Splash.
All right. So that's Paper Mario Color Splash. The initial release date is October 7th, and it's an action-adventure game that's developed by Intelligent Systems.
For the Wii U, right? Exclusively for the Wii U.
Exclusively for the Wii U. So what are your initial thoughts after seeing that?
I thought the announcer's voice kind of made the game sound kind of lame.
Lame. The announcer
was like, oh, be careful.
Be careful, Mario. Watch out.
The lame part about it, it almost kind of fits the narrative. I mean, this is Paper Mario. I mean, all the characters, all the background's supposed to be paper. It's kind of like cheesy a bit, but it ends up working for the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it can work. But it's just. Well, did you play the first Paper Mario?
Yeah, I did. And here's what the reviews I read on this one is that it's a little bit too easy for like an RPG style game. Now, have you ever had that experience where
that's like what it looked like? It looked like RPG 101.
Right, right.
Like JRPG. Like
I heard that the difficulty level is very low. Have you had that experience with like any other game that you guys have had where you play the game? Now, I'm not talking about
an RPG.
An RPG that's too easy.
I mean, they usually take it easy on you in the beginning, but they usually ramp it up towards the end, or even in the middle. Like all of a sudden, it gets real.
Yeah, I heard it's not as in depth as some of the previous Paper
Marios. That's a good question though. 10 was really easy. 10 was dumb easy. Final Fantasy 10. I'm sorry.
10 had its parts though, depending on what path you wanted to take.
Hard.
10 got hard when.
I mean, if you just went through the game, it was easy. But the side quests are always where the difficulty is.
Side quests and what's it called? That water ball thing that they were playing. I never played.
Man, don't even get me on that. The Blitzball. That was like the toughest thing ever in a video game.
I played that thing once. I was like, nah, I'm straight on Blitzball.
Right.
I enjoyed the Blitzball.
Really?
I mean, I did play it though. I liked the difficulty, but it was very tough. It was very tough.
Really?
Yeah, I was building up my team. I'm like, I'm gonna put this guy in.
But yeah, there's big time humor in the game, which plays to the previous series as well. So, go play or no play on Paper Mario.
I'm a bit on the fence, but I'm still gonna. Since it's Mario, I'm gonna say go play. Mario has very low odds of letting me down. They haven't let me down as of lately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no play. When I play Mario, I like to jump on things and squash things and have
Oh, really?
send shells going on.
You don't want to have to color in a card after choosing it and then flicking it.
Like, oh, I just had to cut that section out to get to the... No, I'm not...
And I hate working too hard to do like one attack.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Especially if I'm going through a lot of different enemies. It's just like, okay, first I got to color this, and then I got to flick it, and then I got to load it up, and then he has to hit them.
Attack. Why can't I just
one of the things I always liked about Mario is that it's straightforward. You go from here to there.
Yeah. Totally agree. So for me, it's a no play. I mean, you know, I'm a fan of the Mario series, but this one just seems a little bit too easy.
A little too easy, too kiddish.
Yeah, a little bit too much to do one attack, you know.
Okay, respectable. So we only got one go play.
All right. So let's move on to the next one.
The next one we got is Batman Arkham VR.
Interesting.
Awesome. When you're going down, it feels just like you're actually dropping levels. It is virtual reality.
As you put the mask on, the mirror appears, and you look into the mirror and you see in your own face it's Batman. So that's when you like really feel it.
I felt powerful, I felt strong. It was cool to have like the belt on and to just like grab your stuff and throw it.
That was a lot of fun.
Closest thing that you could possibly get to being Batman.
Seeing like the I'm Batman, it's just like, it's pretty cool.
It is beautiful. Oh man, the graphics on that, you are Batman.
You feel like you're transported someplace else. It's very cool.
It was intense, being able to do different things with his hands and take different gadgets.
Being able to look all around and use his gadgets, it really feels like you're Batman.
Absolutely incredible.
It was amazing.
It felt so real. Awesome. Oh my god.
Amazing.
I want it.
This is the future.
Be the Batman.
Be the Batman.
Be the Batman.
Be the Batman. Tell me you wouldn't want to be the Batman.
I mean, I'd like to be the Batman if it's done correctly. I have a big gripe against VR.
First off, how can you not look at that and see that that's cool? I mean, are you serious? You get to be. You get to. This is the most like you're gonna get close to being the Batman. You know what I mean? You see him going under the tunnel and with the gadgets and fighting. Come on.
I mean, that's all well and good. Again, I have my beef against VR. VR has been around for a very long time. Ever since, what was it, First Son with Sinbad? It's like 97 VR has been around. Until I see VR, actually, until I see something specifically wonderful with VR, I'm not going to give. How much is PlayStation VR? Was it $400?
It doesn't matter how much.
Then you have to also have the camera.
Yeah, I got the camera.
You have to have the move
gotta have the
controllers.
little-
Okay, so I get it. Only a certain amount of people are going to have it.
Until they come out with the intellectual property that's specific to VR that makes it like the Halo of Xbox, like the Mario of Nintendo, then I'm not going to give it the damn play.
Well, you're killing it before you even tried it.
Killed it before I've tried it. Yes,
Exactly. So
yeah.
if Mario would have came out back then, you're like, I'm not playing with a plumber and his brother that's also a plumber against a dinosaur. You wouldn't have gave it a shot.
Well, see,
give it a shot.
That's the difference
gave
between
you the game with the Nintendo, though.
Yeah, you got the game.
So why don't you guys go somewhere and actually try it out, and you guys will see. Because I actually did the VR.
You did the VR.
Yes. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the PSVR, but I've done the VR with the Samsung over at an event I went to over at a football game where they had that going. But it was really cool. So I can't imagine like what that's going to be like, that they're putting so much energy and time into it. And just judging from that commercial, I mean, that looks crazy.
Well, I'm going to need to start a crowdfund just to get the VR.
Oh,
and
you guys can come over my house and play it if it's that serious. And then we can say what you think.
Can we play your VR,
But
Reggie?
even then, they didn't really show you anything. They just showed them, you
Putting
put
on a
the
mask.
and you look at yourself, I'm Batman. And
That's retarded.
That was like enough to get them, really.
That's
They didn't
retarded.
really
Like,
show any
You went down
fighting.
an elevator shaft in a
on.
cave and you picked up a mask.
It was
and
like,
you played
look,
around.
It's
It's
called.
like I'm actually
it's
going
called
down.
a teaser for a
Look,
reason,
there's
right?
hands and there's a mask.
Like,
I
that's
put it on
me.
your head, and now you're
That's
looking in the mirror. You're Batman.
It
Woo, graphics.
wasn't-
Nah.
Can we
No.
please save this video right now? Because when you guys actually play, you're gonna be like, so this is the best thing ever.
Pretty good.
Best thing I ever played ever.
They're not gonna show you everything right there. You know what I mean? They're just gonna show you the experience of it. The gameplay is gonna be fantastic.
I definitely know that the PlayStation VR, you get pretty much all the demos for most of the new games coming out for PlayStation VR. So if you do get PSVR, the demo will be on there and it can be tried out.
I want to see somebody demoing it in the store. I just want to see somebody flailing.
Yeah, because they won't be flailing like that. Right. They'll be like, oh, and they're gonna have like these 2 sticks in their hand. You're gonna look like a doofus.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be around.
Is that your only concern? I'm not gonna look cool.
I know you want to.
So
Thank you. You're mad because you're not gonna look cool enough.
Well, I would like
you're
to
gonna
look
be sitting
cool
there like with your arms crossed with the VR on.
If I'm doing VR, I'd like to look cool. I mean, isn't that part of the fun of VR?
So you're not gonna
flail
your
like
arms.
Practice. You're gonna be in the mirror like. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna punch for real.
Now let me put the mask on.
Sit there like.
Like I'm not gonna do this move. I'm gonna do more like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
more
saying?
straightforward punch.
Straightforward. Let my training guide me.
Exactly.
You're gonna talk to yourself in the mirror first. Like you're gonna go in there. You're gonna play that VR. You're gonna look cool while doing it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it's. I need to see a new game for VR. Really, you know what I'm saying? Because there is no head game leading the VR industry right now. Like we're saying, Batman Arkham is cool, but not one of you has said that this is going to lead this new generation of a console into the future.
So you're saying that they don't have a flagship title.
Mm-hmm.
So is this I take it this is a no play.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Yeah, no play. I'm sorry. My bad.
What do you think, Hurricane?
For now, no play, but who knows? I mean, when I get the game in my hands, it might be different.
I can't believe you guys. They
You're
throw
that
you a
surprised.
teaser. They throw you a teaser, and they show you how amazing the experience is. And you guys are already killing it before you even know what it
Not
really
killing
is.
it. I just,
I'm
going to need a
people say that they got
crowdfunding to
VR.
play it. So
you know what I'm saying? I've seen people be like, "Oh, this is the newest, hypest, hardest VR you're ever gonna." No, I've seen it.
$400 and I gotta buy that game. I need more than a teaser.
I needed to know that that the VR thing isn't going to be completely dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like completely dropped.
It's the future of gaming. It's the future of gaming.
I doubt that.
It's a go play for me, obviously, just from the experience of watching that. And I know they're gonna. There's a lot of stuff they haven't showed us yet on that Batman game, so I think it's a go play. Definitely. So what do we have up next?
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1. Let's take a look.
Play it first on Xbox One with EA Access.
That's Battlefield 1.
Really well-made trailer. The best trailer we've seen today.
Hands down. Now,
it just came out yesterday.
It just came out yesterday. It's out?
Yes. Electronic Arts.
I might have to get it. That joke look hard.
And it's not just for the Xbox One. Notice they said that it's
PS4?
initial release. Yes, it's also going to be for the PS4 and, of course, Microsoft Windows.
Kill that guy with the sharp stick, man.
They're killing people with shovels now. Now, is it just me?
Dig your heart out.
You're going to dig people's hearts out. I would like to see that in the game. I think he just knocked him. I don't think he's trying to dig anyone's hearts out. But anyways, sometimes when I watch trailers like that, I always think like, okay, I have to wait till the end. Is this a Call of Duty? Is this a Battlefield? Do you guys get mixed up by that sometimes?
I mean, I played more Call of Duty than Battlefield, but that made me open to try Battlefield.
Yes, because they know they got to come hard or go home against Call of Duty.
And Call of Duty has kind of been slacking these last couple of Call of Duties. Like, it's very futuristic and it's all very nice, but not a lot of innovation going on.
You still gonna buy it, though.
Yes. Just like everyone bought Madden 2017.
Call of Duty and Madden is like
Call of Duty, yes.
Buy it every year. So is this a go play or no play for you?
Go play.
As much as I like the trailer, when I wake up in the morning, I don't think, what we need is another military shooter. So no play.
No play.
I'm surprised.
I mean,
surprised.
Surprised.
What make?
Surprised.
I didn't even play Call of Duty, so it's like, why were you?
Why are you surprised?
Oh, you've never played a Call of Duty in my presence, but I'm surprised.
You never played a Call of Duty? We ain't never played no Call of Duty.
No.
Nah.
Never.
We had to play some shooters. No, you don't play shooters?
I got tired of the genre. I felt like they were all the
Did you
same.
play GoldenEye at least back in the day?
I played a little bit of
GoldenEye.
Just a little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. How can you just play a little bit of GoldenEye?
I knew people who had
Exactly. No, that's the way it goes. Like, everyone would meet up at the same house, whoever had the game, and have like all their controllers
bring
and
a
go
controller
at
if
it.
you
And
ain't got
Oddjob,
one.
you couldn't use Oddjob. Remember?
Because he's a cheat.
Yeah, he was a cheat.
Nah, I used to play with him. I used to just keep getting shot in the head.
Right.
Like, anyway, but. So Reggie, what about you? Are you gonna go play this, man?
I'm into Call of Duty hard. That's the tough part about it. So for me to kind of switch over and do Battlefield is tough. But I do like watching trailers like that because they are coming hard and they are trying to put out there like, hey, we're just as good. It makes me want to give it a shot. So
how much would you have to switch up just to play a different shooter?
I mean, there's a lot though. Like, even one button being off is kind of throws you off with the shooter a little bit. Not to mention with the reload buttons on the other side, it's like, oh boy, now I have to keep recalibrating myself.
And
Can I change the controllers?
Tiny switch right there that'll get you killed. Like,
exactly, that one reaction time.
And you guys get annoyed with me when I don't want to learn to play another fighter.
But fighters are different.
You gotta learn a whole lot of extra stuff to learn to play a fighter.
Well, I mean,
like, this one's one button and all of a sudden everything, but now it's like all the buttons.
I think there's a difference between like being weird about certain genres and never like playing the new joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you just gonna keep playing the same game over and over again because that's what you're used to, or do you want to?
Because I compete in it.
Because you compete in it. Are you just what happens?
And
when
I
people
actually
stop
like that
in
game. I don't really like the other fighting games the way I like that game.
I'll say that she has a point. Here's how I get around that, because I do understand where you're coming from. Is you pick one character. So obviously, if you're used to playing Street Fighter, then you're going to
pick your guy,
Soul Calibur. Pick that one character instead of really trying to go everywhere with it, and learn that one character. So when you see that character, you're used to the movements of that character. So it's nothing to go back and forth in between the fighting games once you concentrate on one character in each genre.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Because I bet this.
Some high level players can play every character in the game, but they are familiar with the system, like the movement, everything.
Exactly. And that's my thing. It's like, even if you went to another game and played that for a long time, if you went back to Asuka Kazama, it would be nothing. You wouldn't forget anything, because that's your connection with that character. Is like, oh, I already know what I'm doing just on seeing the character.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Whereas if I pick up Soul Calibur and then it's like, oh crap, I'm not supposed to use a button to block. I'm just supposed to back up. And it's like, because I'm like, why isn't she blocking? Oh right, because it's not Soul Calibur.
Press the guard button, yeah.
And I guess it's based on like what type of fighting game you're going to. Like, how different is it? Like, going from like a Street Fighter to like a King of Fighters. It's not really.
I mean, honestly, I feel as if you're good at a fighting game, if you're good at fighters and you're good at fighters and you're good at fighters, your ability to play all fighting games despite the differences, just like shooters.
Nah,
there are a lot of people who
suck at Tekken who excel at like Marvel vs. Capcom.
I mean,
the difference between 3D and 2D.
It depends on what you came up with. Like Street Fighter, I came up with Street Fighter. So most fighting games nowadays are based off of what?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, especially 2Ds. So like, I don't know if my skill level translates from Street Fighter to like a Tekken or a Virtua Fighter or something like that.
But if you were playing Street Fighter 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you're gonna hold your own.
Yeah, you're gonna hold your own, because it's almost the same process. It's
exactly.
the same thinking process and the same type of characters, just different movements.
Like, if there was a game that I'd say that I would compete in, it'd probably be Soul Calibur. And if somebody was to come out with a new Soul Calibur, even if that Soul Calibur sucked, I would be able to pick it up.
That's actually a great comparison, because obviously you're great at Tekken. So the natural translation would probably be a Soul Calibur, a 3D game that has certain movements.
Game that you would have movements that are similar to the same.
But
now I got to memorize a whole bunch of extended juggles for different. So it's like studying for a test.
The great thing is Soul Calibur is not solely based on juggles, so you wouldn't have to remember that much.
You're just like.
A mash?
Oh yeah, you call him out, button masher.
I'm the masher. Yo, I'm a vicious force to be reckoned with when it comes to. Anyway, let's move on.
Whatever. So that's it for Go Play No Play. So we're gonna move on to the big subject for you guys, which is going to be Luke Cage. But let's talk about Netflix original series for a second.
Netflix original series.
Have they cornered the market, right?
And brilliantly.
Well, because you can't really tell a story very well in a movie, you know, but if you have 13 episodes, an hour each, you can really tell the story how you want to.
Right. And the greatest thing about it is that they don't even make money directly off the shows they're putting on there.
Just off of everything.
Just off of subscribers. So if you like 1 or 2 shows for Netflix, you're going to subscribe, right? And you're going to pay that monthly fee every month.
Or you're going to get on someone's account and watch it.
Oh, yeah. There's other ways around that.
That's true. Like 8 people got my account right now.
Right. So, like, that's how they're making their money. And obviously, the biggest one right now is Luke Cage. I mean, didn't it break Netflix for a second?
It broke Netflix. It did. And it did a really good job. It was a really, really good show.
Now, Luke Cage, obviously, his real name is Carl Lucas, right?
Carl Lucas.
Yep. And he's also known as Power Man.
Yes, he is also known as Power Man. Strange fact, Jessica Jones becomes known as Power Woman later on.
So, Luke Cage obviously has a history as far as characters go. Obviously, started with Daredevil, correct?
Of course.
And then it went to Jessica Jones.
Right.
And now you have the Luke Cage series.
Which was a spinoff of Jessica Jones, correct.
So, we'll get into the debate because I know you guys have a little difference between the Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. But let's elaborate a little bit more on Luke Cage. So, what did you like about it, Hurricane?
Oh my goodness. First of all, they had lots and lots of women of color, which is like, yes, finally, people that look like me.
The whole cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Scarf. Scarf was like the only white dude. Wait, there was like 2 white guys.
No, like
there was Scarf, and then there
Shades was played by a white guy.
Shades was white? I thought he was like Hispanic. Shades ain't Hispanic.
But he was played by a white
guy. In the
white guy was passing. Like,
in the
reverse
comic book,
passing.
In the comic book, yeah, Shades, I swear to God, looks Hispanic. I could have swore he was. But in the comic books, he's played by a brother. So
I watched the first episode, right? And I know you guys binge watched, right?
Yeah. It's the first show I've ever gotten through in a week.
So episode 1, I just went through it. The first thing that jumped out at me is the cast of characters and the pedigree of actors they have.
And they felt so real, didn't they?
Yeah.
When they were in the barbershop and the young guys was like cussing, he like hands them the swear jar.
Yeah.
So
authentic
good.
scenes
and it matches the whole personality of Luke Cage. Luke Cage, this good guy, you can't swear, put the money.
Pastor's son,
sweeping up
Christmas,
hair,
sweeping up hair,
washing dishes.
I love his catchphrase was "Sweet Christmas." Like when he wanted to cuss, he was just like "Sweet Christmas."
Yeah, and which was a referral back to the comic books. That was his saying. He used to always wear like a yellow thing. He used to wear that weird tiara, have the bracelets, and be like "Sweet Christmas" all the time.
So, like, what's the actor's name that plays Luke Cage?
Michael.
Yes, it's like Michael Carter or something like that.
Michael
but
Carter.
Boy, does he own every scene he's in, right? The way he plays Luke Cage is perfect.
Mike Coulter.
Yeah, yes. Mike Coulter. Like every scene he's in.
Oh,
okay.
Enamoration.
I mean, that speaks for itself.
Luke Cage, if you look at it, is literally one of the first black superheroes that ever existed.
During the blaxploitation.
The blaxploitation actors that's like really shredded up. He's just big, strong teddy bear who's just smooth talking.
So
comforting.
We get it. So Hurricane really likes Luke Cage. We got it. He finds him very comforting.
Hurricane, do you have any other motivations?
Please continue the descriptions. I like it.
She's like, we only have 30 minutes left, right? Let's keep it going.
Anyway, a little history on Luke Cage. He was imprisoned for a crime he didn't do. Correct.
Right.
And he was a part of an experiment in which he gained super strength and also impenetrable skin. Right.
And even though he was in prison for a crime he didn't commit, he felt guilty for what happened between him and his brother, how him and his brother went on a joyride.
Okay. I remember that part.
His brother got sent to juvenile hall.
He got sent to the military.
Yeah, his father, well, even though it was actually that he was both of their dads, but the brother was illegitimate.
We got spoilers, by the way. Did we talk about whether we're going to spoil stuff?
We did.
Let's try our best not to.
I don't know if we care. Well, I just want to know so I can spoil stuff all
Okay,
all
never
the way
mind.
through.
So nothing else. Well, actually,
So I mean, to debate this, we're gonna have to have spoilers. So I'm sorry for anybody who hasn't seen this yet.
That's the warning.
That's yeah, for real. Keep going.
So yeah, he feels guilty about what happened between him and his brother. So when he gets sent to prison, he doesn't really fight it. He's like, I'm not guilty, but I am.
I deserve this. Sweet Christmas.
Right. That's what he says. Christmas rolls around. Sweet Christmas.
he let all his hair grow. Like, I just don't care. I'm in prison.
Yeah.
He's such an honorable person, isn't he? Though, like,
I mean,
like,
Luke
you know
Cage
what?
is definitely has a good.
Could have
sense
broke
of
out any
honor.
time.
Any minute.
The cameos: Raphael Sadiq.
Yes,
Faith
yes,
Evans, the
I love that.
Delphonics, Method Man.
Method Man coming in there.
It was so funny when he saw Method Man. He was like, and Method
like,
Man
"You
was
that
starstruck.
He's like, nah,
they were both
you that dude.
starstruck with each other.
Like when Method Man started rapping about him, I was like, man, this bromance that they got going on right here. Like, how you just gonna rap about the guy you just saw?
Like, what? He saved them. They were being held up, and he comes in.
I mean, he did.
I like the whole swapping hoodies thing.
Swapping hoodies, and then the
became
hoodie
like
became a trend. Yeah, that was awesome.
Boy, you guys
But they were
are spoiling.
also using it to throw off.
Spoiling.
They were also using it to throw off the police.
You guys are spoiling it for me.
Like the police would stop
dog.
somebody in a bulletproof hoodie, and it was like, nope. Like, they take the hood off.
Just
like,
me
nope.
supporting my community. like Luke Cage is definitely like a great character, and the way that he interacts with other people in a nice, good, almost like a black Captain America. I remember one of the villains actually made a joke like he's a black Captain America, and in a sense he kind of is. Like, Captain America went through a secret process and got superpowers out of it.
Even though Captain America volunteered for that.
Technically,
like he really wanted
technically,
that.
Luke Cage volunteered to get an earlier sentence taken off
for the fighting. He volunteered to fight.
Somehow he's getting some time taken.
Captain America volunteered for the experiment.
He
really, really wanted that because he was like a scrawny kid.
He was in pain, and they were like, "Oh, turn it off! No, keep going,
keep going.
Tired of being scrawny.
I don't want to be small.
My asthma.
Asthma, no.
So I know you're arguing the point of Jessica Jones. Before you get to your debate, do you want to give a little background on that?
The background of Jessica Jones, a.k.a. known as Jewel, a.k.a. known as Power Woman, is about Jessica, who is a private investigator who works for a powerful legal company that runs around doing investigating for people, and eventually is against the main antagonist, which is Kilgrave, who's also what's his name?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. His name is like David Tittle.
He was also in a Harry
Little.
Potter.
And I will say that the biggest difference between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage is that Jessica Jones is the unlikable character. Jessica Jones is serious, has no sense of humor, is a raging alcoholic, is abusive, violent, ornery, and Kilgrave really takes the show as the antagonist. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually has real powers, unlike Luke Cage. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. But she's a private investigator who solves stuff. She has psychic powers, can fly, is super strong.
So that's what I wanted to know. Is it the same powers as Luke Cage, or is it a little bit different?
She's actually, in my opinion, better than Luke Cage, and they actually. Okay.
We'll say that for the debate. But just name her powers. What can she do?
She can fly. Mm-hmm. She has super strength.
I thought she just jumped really high.
Well, in the comic book, she could fly. She learns how to fly later on. There's a second season coming. Mm-hmm. And
you can't base it off future stuff.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going to use abilities she hasn't even explored yet.
I'll put it to you like this. In the story, her adoptive sister, said that you can fly, and she said it's guided falling. So she kind of put herself down a little bit, but technically she could fly. And, it's about her struggle. I'd say the overall premise of Jessica Jones is about being powerful and powerless and the differences between whom and when and what.
Okay. So it sounds like Jessica Jones is an interesting one. And like we said before, these both came from Daredevil, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you guys prepared for your little debate?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Even though I wouldn't say it came from Daredevil, it's in the same universe.
It's in the same Marvel universe as Daredevil.
But I feel like they all stand on their own.
Okay.
They all can, except for what's her name? That chick. She's
Rosario
like
Dawson.
Rosario
Claire.
Dawson. I like her.
I was mad that she was only in one episode of Jessica Jones.
I'm cool with it.
I'm here.
Like, hey,
I'm tying it all together in one episode.
Like, hey, do you see me? All right, I'm getting out of here.
Like, I got fired and now I'm leaving, going to Harvard.
Where's my check for the one
Where's
episode?
my check?
Cut the check
I
real
want
quick.
a check for all the episodes.
You know that Rosario actually becomes a superhero in herself called the Night Nurse.
She deserves it. I mean, she's the only one that
Night
doesn't have any
shift nurse.
powers,
Yeah.
and she's out there
That
risking
sounds
her life.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she gets caught up in stories in which she's helping out villains and heroes alike. Whoever needs it, she'll be saving lives. It's a shame she's not a doctor.
So
The nurses do a lot of the grunt work. Let's be honest.
Right.
They do.
Right. Good call out. Yeah. So let's get to it. So what I'm going to do is I guess I can give you guys a minute each to say your spiel on either Jessica Jones or if you're defending Luke Cage. Obviously, Dee loves Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane.
Play the little clip, the little versus
Okay,
clip.
let's play the clip. Let's take a look.
It's time to... Yeah. It is time to... Wait, what does it say on it? Debate?
It's just a versus screen.
Dee versus Hurricane.
Kazama.
Yeah!
Versus D.
A shout out to Kyle for doing that voiceover for me, the announcer voice.
That was actually pretty good. That was actually
That
pretty
was
good.
nice.
So obviously it's Hurricane Kazama versus Dee. Dee defending Jessica Jones. Hurricane Kazama defending Luke Cage.
I mean, please go first. Ladies first.
Okay. So I'll give you time 1 minute on the clock. Be prepared to discuss why Luke Cage is better than Jessica Jones, or why it's a better show to watch, why you think he's better than her, however you choose to defend yourself. So you have the clock, or we just can time it ourselves? Okay. All right, so that'll give you guys some time to really think.
Is there any rules? Like, is there any things that I can't
Well, you can't
do or
you can't
say?
interrupt. No interruptions while the person's talking. You get a full minute so
interrupt.
you can take your time to say your point.
That's
and then
tight.
we'll have a rebuttal round. We'll give you each 30 seconds to respond to what the other person said. And then I'll ultimately choose the winner because I only
you
seen
don't
one
know
episode of
nothing.
Luke Cage.
Because you at least seen an episode of Jessica Jones. Like, oh, man. Okay.
So Hurricane Kazama's first on the clock. Let's get it rocking. Go ahead. Go.
Well, I thought Luke Cage was a more richer experience. The soundtrack was very memorable. It had songs from a little bit of contemporary, a lot of nostalgic stuff from the 90s, and then a lot of old school stuff. So I feel like it kind of joins different generations. It explores corruption in the government, law enforcement, the church with his dad cheating on his mom and then not claiming the other son, and then corruption within the community where you see, Cottonmouth basically ridiculing local business owners and taking their money. I feel like all the characters in Luke Cage hold their own. They're not just centering it around the fact that Luke Cage is a good character. I feel like everybody holds their own. And of course, lots and lots of representation of women of color, which, up until now, they've been pretty absent from the Marvel Universe. Jessica Jones, they show Luke Cage's wife long enough for her to get punched in the chest and die.
All right, so that's done. So that's your initial points. Dee, please, you get 1 minute to defend Jessica Jones against Luke Cage. Got 1 minute on the clock. Let's rock.
Okay, so the difference between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. So pretty much Jessica Jones is a way better character. There's more action. There's more fighting. There is actually some points where she's not vulnerable. The antagonist is way better because she is not so much concentrated on. The main premise of the story, I'd say, of Jessica Jones is about powerful and powerlessness. In the main story, she deals with going through segments with her sister and her family, with her abusive family, with between her and Luke Cage. When she was powerless to stop Luke Cage and had to put him down. She's a better fighter than Luke Cage. There's more that goes on. He's a spinoff off of her show, and I think that they really cover a lot bigger issues. Like drugs in the community. Pain for parents, and the weakness of being so powerful. I think one of the greatest aspects of the show was seeing Kilgrave and how he's affected by his parents and how how his power has made him.
That's it.
Untouchable.
So hey, sir.
I just had to finish.
Sir, I got a minus a point from you. I got a minus a point from you.
You got a minus a point?
Please.
I'm just saying, I saw one up there.
Please follow the guidelines and the rules. No interruptions. Second time you do that, you're disqualified. All right? Please, Hurricane, you get 30 seconds for a rebuttal to what D said. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Take your time. Think about what you're going to say. Like I said, you guys can take your time. Think about, why the character's better, why the show is better, why I should watch either or. And we got 30 seconds on the clock. So go ahead, Hurricane.
So while Luke Cage was bulletproof, he was still afraid of the cops because, it's just, black men don't trust the police. And Kilgrave, while he is a really good villain, I felt like his goal was really, really shallow. He just wanted to be with Jessica, but he wanted her to be with him willingly, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. While Diamondback, he was trying to make his money, and he also kind of had like a chip on his shoulder.
That's it. Luke. Done. Okay, now D, you have 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and think about what you're going to say back to Hurricane. Defending Jessica Jones, rock with it.
None of the characters of Luke Cage had any superpowers. I think that's pretty much good enough right there. But I'd say that Kilgrave was a much better villain because not only did she have to face him, but she had to face an onslaught of people who were hypnotized to do exactly what he said. You know what I'm saying? He's a much powerful character than somebody who had money and technology. He was literally invulnerable to everyone around him because he can control anybody around him. He was making people kill themselves, track her, do his bidding.
Done. Okay, so now it's time for the winner. First off, congratulations to you both. You both brought up great points. You both defended very well. I can tell you guys are experts at your art. So basically what I'm going to say is, Luke Cage, the way Hurricane described it was more about him and the story revolving around him and how he interacted to, what was going on around him. You know what I mean? As far as like his viewpoints on things. Jessica Jones sounds great. It sounds like a very interesting character, the way you talk about and the way her story evolved. I kind of felt like you lean more on the antagonist than Jessica Jones herself. You were selling the episode, which sounds great, but I'm going to have to give the victory to Hurricane on Luke Cage because of the way she talked about his perception and what the atmosphere was like during that time.
I could have harped on it, but I felt as if...
But you didn't, so you lost.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to save the story from you, son. Let me go ahead and ruin Jessica Jones
y'all hear the
excuses
at the end.
You know what, Reggie? In the end, she learns how to not be mind controlled by Kilgrave.
Hey, please, man. Where's the earplugs?
She doesn't really learn it. It just stops happening. She just
no. She has psionic power, so she can repel it slightly.
She didn't learn how to do it. It's just like after she killed Luke's wife,
she decided
it didn't work anymore.
I feel as if the powerlessness and the powerful aspect of it was the best part of it. It's different. Because, I do enjoy the cast of Luke Cage. Don't get it twisted.
That lawyer was a dummy, though. You're this intelligent
Hogarth?
lawyer. Yes.
Hogarth, first of all, to show a lesbian relationship on television and for
Kilgrave,
lesbians to be cheating on each other with another woman, I thought that was an interesting story.
How are you going to let Kilgrave out of that soundproof room when you know the second he gets out there, he can control you?
He can do anything because she wants what she wants. She's a powerful woman.
But that was just really stupid. That was really stupid. He could tell me.
Because I believe that he made her.
She made
her wife kill herself.
She got cut almost 1,000 times.
But did Kilgrave kill his wife? Kill her wife? Did Kilgrave kill her wife?
So just for everyone listening,
she did kill her wife.
Just for everyone listening to this argument, we are killing and spoiling
secretary
the entire everything.
Because I lost.
We're throwing everything out.
I lost.
It's Jessica Jones, and her secretary came in and helped her. And accidentally killed the wife in the process.
Ooh. Put the slammer down on you.
That lawyer got cut
D can't say nothing.
I have no idea.
That lawyer got cut a bunch of times because that was Kilgrave actually sympathized with the lawyer's ex-wife.
Get him.
Who said, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts.
That was really stupid of her to let him out of that.
Don't agree with her. Get him, Trina. Get him.
That was a really really stupid thing for that lawyer to let him out of that soundproof room.
getting slammed down.
I'd say the lawyer aspect of it was an aspect of powerful people and how they tend to make bad mistakes. You know what I'm saying? How they tend to put themselves in compromising situations in order to get whatever they want. Hogarth wanted her ex-wife to be out so badly that she was willing to do anything to do it. She was like, Jessica Jones, follow my wife and find dirt on her so that different. I can get a divorce.
That's different. Kilgrave could literally tell her to do whatever he wanted.
Kilgrave spoke to her ex-wife, realized that she was the villain, and then was like, death by 1,000 paper cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like he even Kilgrave as unrelatable, which was one of the best parts of Kilgrave, is that he couldn't relate to nobody because all he does is use people as tools all the live long day, even his parents. That's the reason why he couldn't really understand her and was like, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Oh, you've been treated badly before? I dated Jessica Jones. She doesn't want to date me anymore. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like, it goes to show how crazy and reckless of a villain that he is and how much he doesn't actually understand people, even though he claims as if he does.
You lost.
Let's go to the
see me trying to recover on this.
Hold on, let me quote somebody. Hey, wrong.
Hey, but I tried, man. I tried.
Lost.
Bro. Okay.
Anyway. So, hey, great debate by you guys.
How can I fight against Luke
Cage?
Hey,
listen, no. You can't. Stop making excuses. That's your problem.
You can't. He's just a teddy bear, but he's so strong.
Go ahead, Trina.
Go ahead.
Let's take the rest of the show and let Trina just rant on Luke Cage. So
like
go
Homer
ahead.
Simpson about donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me.
Sweet Christmas.
She's going to have that hanging up somewhere, just framed like Sweet Christmas.
That's going to be my Christmas decoration.
Sweet Christmas.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm not even going to say Merry Christmas anymore.
It's going to be Sweet Christmas.
Sweet Christmas.
Now on.
Have a whole blanket just knitted out with Sweet Christmas on it. Anyway, okay,
right.
So we're getting close to the end of the show, so we are going to move on. Great segment by you guys.
Thank you.
So we're
going
to
to won.
But you lost. Listen. You want to stay on this? You lost, fair and square. Okay.
Right.
She put the smackdown on you. Done.
It's Luke Cage.
You lost.
It's Luke Cage versus
broke
Jessica Jones.
Netflix. So DragonCon.
Oh,
DragonCon. Oh my goodness. We got to show this video. This video of DragonCon. It was done amazingly. We got to show it. It's awesome.
Yes. By Eddie Bueno and Dexter Doug.
DragonCon turned 30 this year, and I think it's safe to say that it's definitely turned into an annual landmark. For long Labor Day weekend, a couple of Square City blocks are transformed into a dreamland from your childhood. But how do you navigate this cluster of costume crowds and actually be in the sights you came to see? I'm Dexter Doug.
And I'm Eddie Bueno.
And this is Coplay's Weekend at DragonCon 2016. Alright, so it's Friday. You got your badge and your Mario tee on, and you're just sitting there at work glaring at every last second on the clock. And when it comes time, you race downstairs and jump into your car and you tear off towards ground zero. But before you know it, you hit a wall of shit and traffic and people, and man, it's hot as fuck, and you got swamp ass from work. Look, man, if you want to do a con, you got to get a room there. The greatest part for me was in the lobby in the Marriott, when you just a whole room of characters hanging out until whenever. I truly felt like I missed out on the party by not being able to, stay down there and take it all in. Day by day, you do get to enjoy a lot of attractions, exhibits, and panels. And it's a great place to chill and just enjoy some air conditioning while you play a game or two with a fellow person at the con. You may meet a fellow cosplayer or, even a creator of some of your favorite content. Definitely the greatest people at that con, though, are your fellow con goers. So make sure you have some conversations. But yeah, this was your first. This wasn't your first con. You said you went to MomoCon in 2010.
Went to MomoCon in 2010. Whenever Street Fighter 4 was out.
Okay.
We went for a tournament because we needed some money.
Y'all went to the tournament for money?
I mean, why else would we play in a tournament?
Okay. So, how did it compare? How did it compare to DragonCon then?
I mean, it's incomparable.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely insane, DragonCon.
Yeah.
MomoCon, but again, when I went to MomoCon, it was early in its years.
Yeah.
It was like a baby.
It really took off. Matter of fact, I think they have partnership now with DragonCon. The people who are in MomoCon, it's like partnership activity administration.
Well, actually, all the consoles and the LAN shit that was going on,
right?
That was all brought by MomoCon. MomoCon had stuff everywhere there.
Okay, see, I went with Reggie and D. Back in a few months ago.
Back
for MomoCon 2016, right? And they really had a big game spot there.
Yeah,
there was a lot of that going on. But DragonCon though, what was it like? Did you like it?
Man, that shit was pretty cool. I mean, it was cool to see all the different shit out there, all the different people in the cosplay. Panels were good as long as you can get
all the shit out there.
All right.
DragonCon 2016, man.
If you want to see the rest of that, where can they catch that out?
You can catch it on the Ripped Radio Network website at rippedradionetwork.com. You can also find it on our YouTube channel or on Facebook.
Great video.
Awesome video. Shout
out
again,
to Eddie Bueno
and Dexter
Doug.
You guys did a
big time
fantastic
work.
Job on this, man.
Before we leave you today, we do want to do a quick shout out. Go ahead, Hurricane.
Extra Life. If you could pull up the Extra Life, my Extra Life page. So basically, Extra Life is a charity that was created by gamers to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Basically, the gamers sign up to play video games for 24 hours straight while people sponsor them, and the money goes towards basically the Children's Miracle Network hospital of their choice, which in my case would be Children's National Medical Center, the one with the Dr. Bear on it. And basically, I initially signed up for it because I just wanted to be, attached to something positive associated with gamers. But after being a part of the DC Extra Life Guild and meeting patients that have been at the Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and also meeting parents of kids that have benefited from the hospital and seeing how the money gets applied, it's definitely a more personal cause.
So how does playing video games heal kids?
Well, aside from raising money for the hospitals, Xbox Connect, they actually have games that they use for children that are going through physical therapy, because usually if it hurts a child to move, then they don't cooperate with the therapy, and using the Xbox Connect gets the children to be more receptive to the physical therapy, so they really are healing by playing video games.
Nice. So, just real quick, what is the inspiration behind this program?
Well, initially it was started because of a young lady who had leukemia.
Yeah, Victoria.
Victoria Inman.
Mm-hmm.
She died of leukemia, and her friend started Extra Life as a tribute to her.
That's awesome.
So definitely big time shout out to Extra Life.
Yeah,
it sounds like they're doing some great work.
The official date is
and
November 4th.
They're making some money too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my stream on November 5th. I'm doing my stream on a week from then, the 12th.
Okay.
And most people who know me, they know I'm not a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Every $100 I raise, I'm gonna take a drink.
There you go.
So I've already got $100 on my page, so I'm gonna be at least one drink in when I start.
There we go.
So come on, bring in the hundreds.
We got to get Hurricane, a little bit tipsy, right?
Just
for a good cause.
Just a tad bit. Tipsy for a cause.
Tipsy for the children.
We got to start a whole website for that.
Mm-hmm.
Tipsy for the kids.
It's for the children.
Any last remarks before you get by, you guys?
I mean, and Extra Life is they're raising a lot of money, aren't they?
Yeah, they started off raising only $300,000 the first year they started. They
That's
made $8.3 million last year.
That's
nice.
incredible.
And they have an annual event every year, correct?
Every year.
Off of playing the game.
Yeah. and they have like a big tournament.
Yeah, that's how I got kind of met you guys, right?
Yeah.
You guys
30
came
seconds.
over.
Yeah, yeah. You've been told us about Extra Life.
Y'all played Tekken, and I'm like, I'm gonna be awake for 24 hours, you guys.
We were like,
and you're like,
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah, we were like, okay, we're gonna leave. Like, we don't want to interrupt with that.
But it's for a great cause, and a lot of great people are involved with it. Such people just like Hurricane herself.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing that and that you'd like to share that
Coldplay
with us
definitely
today.
supports it. Definitely big
support
time.
it. So, last words of the day. Anybody got any words of Zen?
Check us out next episode.
Check us out next show.
I'm Zamboni.
I'm gonna be in New York, so I won't be here. I'm gonna be kicking butt, hopefully.
Kicking butt and taking names. And I'm gonna be living the life
as usual.
Yep. All right,
so
guys.
We'll check you out next time. More details on that tournament with Capital Underground. Keep track of that.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll let you know. And we'll see you next time. It's Coplaymedia, Rip Radio Network.
Bye.
Cheer.